quite tight. It wasn't tight. I wasn't feeling it. The last video that I made, it kind of sucked the life out of me. I wasn't like happy and positive. I know my haters are going to say, you're yelling at everything, bro. It's like, well, yeah, you got to yell to be heard. Let's face it. I could pull a UDM, but we'll get back to that. So I watched Jeff Black tonight, Jeff Thomas Black, and I was like, when is he not right? He's always right. And what I mean by right is his point's right. Doesn't mean you agree with everything he said. That's what I like about our circle. We don't always get it right, but we mostly have the point. Whether we put it out there right or not is anybody's guess. But if you know what the point is, that's what counts, right? You feel him because you watch enough of his videos to see what he's coming from and to see that he's consistently saying what he believes. And usually, most of his people agree with it. And I don't mean people in that respect. I mean, most of the people that want to see it agree with it. I'm like, well, that's a point that's been missed. So what we have here is a failure to understand something, and I'm hoping I can help clear that up. Now, you guys know what's happened and transpired between me and Pedro over the last week. Now I understand that Nugs has something to say about me, and I'll be honest with you. As soon as he stops riding Pedro's coattails, I might give it a listen. I'm not really sure what that's about, but if somebody wants to watch it for me, give me the highlights, I may get back to you on it, and I'll tell you why I say that. And before anybody says, you're not watching Nugs because you don't want to get butthurt, I'm like, nah, dude. I'm 15 years old. I'm literally 15 years old on YouTube. And at 15 years old, you're a fucking dinosaur on YouTube. I don't have to watch Nugs to feel love or to feel like some big content creator's bringing my name up. I've already had that. I know what that is. And that's what I thought was funny about Pedro shutting me down. I'm like, dude, I thought he was using me. I heard 1 or 2 people say in the last 400 comments that I was using him. I'm like, using him for what? I still can't figure it out. Using him for what? I'm not getting paid. If I get 10 million subscribers by next week, I'm still not getting paid. Like, I give a fuck if Pedro's audience subs me. Or if I get more video views because I was on his live. I'll take my video views if I talk about him, but not because I was on his live. We all know that was a fucking setup on both sides. We both know this. Everybody knows. Everybody knows what I was going to do when I went to Pedro's live. Everybody knew what Pedro was going to do when they went to the live. He was going to shut me down after I opened my mouth. I opened my mouth, he shut me down. It was an accord. It was a secret accord between Pedro and I. We never talked about it. There was no contract. Contract. Isn't that funny I bring that up? Contracts. There was no contract. We never even done anything. We both knew, because you know what? We all want to say something about another YouTuber that we don't agree with. One thing I'll never say is the man is stupid. He's a liar, a manipulator, and he loves fraud, but he's not stupid. If he was stupid, he wouldn't have 60,000 subscribers. If you want to call him naive, that may be one thing. Because you can be smart and naive. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. You can be both. Ask me how I know. Being naive is something I would have to be if I went and paid attention to Nug's video about me and actually made a video about it. That would just prove one thing. I'm not here to ride a coattail of Nugs. So, if I wanted to do that, wouldn't I have started with Nugs? Because Nugs is worse than Pedro. Nugs is worse than Bentley, in my opinion. Nugs is probably the worst of the worst. And nobody really gives a fuck about Dashing Trader anymore because he's at the bottom. He's the last one anybody wants to ride the coattails of in that community. He's just like the last one. It's because he's clearly, obviously, just so full of shit. And it's like, well, we don't even have to talk about it, really. I like to talk about it. I can do whatever I want. And I'm pretty goddamn good at it. So I do it. Yeah, I do it. Sure, why not? It's fun to call out somebody that's pushing 2,000 to 3,000 views a video in a week and actually telling everybody, I'm the greatest YouTuber. I'm the greatest dasher on the planet. How do I know? Because I just told you. That's Dashing Trader. And you just gotta love that kind of fucking fuckery. You know, it's kind of funny. So, where this video is supposed to go, and it's still gonna go, is I wanted to ask you guys a question. And this is real now, by the way. I want you to think about something for a second. I mean, really think about it. It shouldn't take you more than 15, 20 seconds because it's that real. It's that in your face real. Let's just say that you never, ever got on YouTube. Once in your life, you've never been on it. And I know there's people out there like that because I talk to them at these restaurants. They don't use YouTube at all. They've never heard of it. They don't play with it. They don't know anything about it. They don't care. So let's say you're one of them and you just do DoorDash because you found it as a way to make money, as a gig, as a side gig, as extra income, part-time, or perhaps a way to do it full-time. Let's just say that. Let's just go there because it is real. Well, that's what I did. I didn't find DoorDash through YouTube, by the way. No, sir. I found DoorDash on my way to getting out of my W-2. I Googled it online and saw DoorDash is like, you can make this much money. We're not going there right now. There's a big argument to be had about how much you can make. That's not the point, or at least not yet. So I went on there and Googled it. I saw DoorDash, and you had to have a clean criminal record, a clean driving record, at least as far as the DUI goes. I'm like, I can do both of those. That ain't no problem. And I'm like, I want to know more. So I went in, I applied. Not really applied so much as went through the ecosystem of their acceptance. There you go. And once I did that, they got back to me within 2 days. My account was activated. I had to do a few more verification steps. So I did that, and it was all good. So I'm like, well, now what do I do? This is exciting. This is fun. I have no idea. So I went out there and I tried one. I was like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm going to do when I get to the restaurant. I have no idea what I'm going to do when I get to the customer's house. I don't know how to use the in-app GPS. I mean, I use GPS like twice a year, 3 times a year to go find a car I was going to buy and flip. That was it. That's all I knew. I'm like, I wonder to myself, how would I feel about DoorDash today had I never looked into it on YouTube? Beer o'clock, right? See where we're going with this? No? So the arguments that surround who's right, who's wrong. The arguments that surround the beefs, the glitches, all the fraud, the leaks, all that. All those arguments are based on one thing. The time you spent on YouTube. Why were you here on YouTube looking up DoorDash stuff or any gig content stuff? Why were you here? What brought you here to do that? Because you did not understand how the app worked. You wanted to see if anybody else was using it that had your problem or knew more about it than you do. That could help you do it. That could help you figure out like how to use the in-app or how to use the settings or how to become this top dasher thing. What's with the ratings? I don't get that either. And you don't even see them until 50 or 100 ratings pop up, and all of a sudden you see them, you're like, oh! Isn't it funny how everybody has a 5-star right after the first time they see them? And then they sweat it out later on down the road when 4.9, 4.87, 4.95, 4.96. What's going on? So what would maybe be your first move as somebody that's in the cyber world making a living? Go check out YouTube. Oops. You went to YouTube? Okay, well I did too. Still call it an oops, but here we are. So when you got to YouTube, what'd you end up doing? You found Nugs. You found Pedro. You found Bentley. DoorDash diaries in the house. Glorified it. Sun shining up your ass. You're getting a suntan on your colon. Wow. Shit's wonderful. All I gotta do is do what they say. I already like it. Now I can make it better. And then we come to the conclusion that we're gonna subscribe, we're gonna comment, we're gonna clap. 10,000 comments in 5 minutes. You are wonderful, Pedro. You are wonderful, Bentley. You are wonderful, UDM. Still getting to that one. You are wonderful, Nugs. You saved my life. I couldn't have done this without you. And then as time went on, you realized there was something wrong. There was something different that you hadn't seen before. They're arguing with somebody. Was it me? No. It was Tony Shu. It was the system. They were making fun of it, telling you, no tip, no trip. You're like, now wait a minute, I thought I had to take those. That's when it hit you. As a new driver, that's when it hits you. It's like, wait a minute, yeah, I don't have to take those. That's the system that me and my boys are trying to talk about. The manipulation of the system that made us believe that we were doing a job we could get fired for if we didn't take every order. And when we found out that these guys were using some sort of thing, a glitchgate, for example, to where they didn't have to take the crap, but they made it sound like in their videos for over a year or two that if they just could make us believe that no tip, no trip worked, and cussing out Tony Shu and the system would make you feel better, you would subscribe to them, view their video, and leave comments and leave a like, which is getting them paid. And when they get paid, they're going to do more of it. And as you've already subscribed and supported them, you're going to be back. Did you ever go back? How many times did you go back? Ask yourself. Don't tell me how many times did you go back. They made Matt back. Did they know about a glitch or not? Fuck, I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. One thing's for sure is Pedro admitted it. Flex admitted it. Always Cherry Pick admitted it. Did they even use it? Well, I don't know. My suggestion to myself at that time was, well, if they knew about it and they're mad that it's getting out, yeah, probably. Because they don't want it exposed. Flex even said that himself. He doesn't want anybody knowing about it because if it keeps on going out, DoorDash is going to fix it and then he can't use it no more. Was that so fucking hard to understand? So, imagine your life without YouTube, learning DoorDash. Just imagine it for 1 second. If you just went out and did DoorDash without YouTube, what would your experience be like then? Curious, isn't it? It is. Think about it. So as I went down this road with all these people, I thought to myself, what's the one thing that's missing here? We need a nice, calm voice. We need a hero. We need somebody that's logical, sensible, somebody that knows more than we do about how to be prepared for life and how to understand what's going on in our financial world, how our financial world should work. If we do it correctly, it'll work. And the way to do it correctly is per them. Their idea, their analogy of it, their ideology of it, that thing that they're portraying as their views go up and their money pops out of their pockets. They can't fill it, so they gotta get a second bank. You say, oh, you're jealous, Torp. I'm like, yeah, I'm a little jealous because now they're using me. Why is it a one-way street on jealousy? Everybody's using everybody. The whole fucking platform is using everybody. Without one side, you ain't got the other. Is it crisscrossed or is it just me? So when I see somebody like UDM pop up, always calm, always collective, always the perfect room, the perfect microphone, everything is straightforward, nice. It's just the best made bed you've ever seen. The only thing I hear people talk about with him is He's getting almost as many views on a live as Pedro is. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. Jonestown had a lot of people in it that died drinking the Kool-Aid too, didn't they? Just because you got a lot of people following you don't make you right. What it means is you found a way to make people follow you. And when you're getting paid, that's an important part of the process. Otherwise, why do it? See what I did there? Why do it if you're not going to get paid? Well, me and my boys don't get paid to do it. One of them does, maybe two of them does. But they're more flexible on reality than the people that are just saying to themselves, like your DMs, Pedro's, Nugs, if I don't get paid, I probably won't even be here. And say, well, what about Pedro? He's not getting paid to be here. Yeah, but it's pending. He's keeping his channel relevant by using the bottom feeders. And I did hear Eli say that today about the bottom feeders. He doesn't think we're bottom feeders. That's a loose term, brother. What bottom feeders means to me is it's kind of a slang term to the people that are always being called out to be losers. We're always being called out to be losers. You don't have AdSense. You ain't got no views. You ain't got no subs. Nobody likes you. You're a loser. You're a hater, Mr. Flex. I'm like, because why? Because we're not popular like you? We don't have a big of a circle as you? We're losers? That just sounds like some sort of a way to say, you know, on the broader spectrum of things, I think the way we can butt these fuckers up is just to shut them up by saying, we have more views, we're right. It's like, well, wouldn't that be a bitch if one of us got more views than you with no AdSense running? Would that make us right or wrong? I don't know. It looks like it might be happening. Most of us bottom feeders are getting more views, more subs, more likes, more comments. It's just growing. Organically, Flex, by the way. It just keeps growing. So what's going to happen if one of those pops over you? Are you still going to say that? It's a good question, right, UDM? See what I did there? I flipped the script. UDM's getting on my nerves. I don't hate anybody, but I'll certainly call out somebody that's trying to play a game. And that's my game. When somebody else is playing a game, I call their game out. That's what I love doing. That's what gets me off. That's what entertains me. It gets my nipples hard. I'm in the mood for some steak and eggs and a fucking... Oh, by the way, it's not Bud Light, you butt munchers. It's fucking Milwaukee's Best. Go fuck them. Go fuck them. Fuck those guys, man. Twerp don't buy Bud Light. I don't give a fuck about no Bud Light. I don't give a fuck. I don't like Bud Light. It's got nothing to do with what it represents, other than the fact that it's kind of funny. But I like this shit. This shit's good. And it's damn near half the price. And if you're going to be a dasher, you might as well go half the price. Keeps you in the real, doesn't it? You pay your electric bill and get drunk. Wonderful shit. So UDM. About UDM, because he's probably never going to watch it, because I think his hat's getting tighter, because his head's getting bigger. UDM is one of those guys, he reminds me of one of the in-laws at Thanksgiving. When they say something on purpose that they know is going to piss you off, and then you do actually get pissed off. And then when you do get pissed off, you say something back at a little bit of an elevated level. And they bring their level down. Oh, see, he's the problem. He's talking to you're upset. You're upset. Quit yelling. It's like, motherfucker, I'm not yelling. I'm just louder than you, and right now you're -5 on the whisper scale. The more you try to act calm, UDM, and the more you try to act like you're better than other people about, now wait a minute, now wait a minute, now wait a minute, now. I'm like, dude, you're Aunt Margaret at Thanksgiving. Don't give me the now shit. Don't wait a minute me shit. If you want to piss me off, which you're doing, and you want to fucking tell me to quieten down, or I drink too much or smoke too much, dude, all you're doing is pointing out a shit ton of other people that got the same thing going on with them. You're not winning anybody over besides the one in your circles that don't know how to think for themselves. Like these motherfuckers never been to a Thanksgiving dinner with an Aunt Margaret that always sets people up to look stupid. Like Pedro, like Nugs. They always set people up to look stupid. You see, that's the difference. You're finding this out. This is a new trend. We're not the stupid ones. You tried to set us up, but we figured you out. We're fighting back. We're saying words that you don't like. In the real, well, you're still playing that, shh, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, shh, you're being loud. Stop smoking, stop, don't drink, no, it's not, shh, you're wrong. When you do, we're right, you're wrong. Don't do that, you're a bad person, stop it. We're tired of those motherfuckers. Those motherfuckers don't make no sense in our lives. They never did. It wasn't up until UDM that I finally got a chance to say that, because I can't yell at my Aunt Margaret. She died. She gone. But my Aunt Margaret was like a UDM. She died a gray-haired old lady. That was bitter. She did. She died a gray-haired old... She was just bitter all the time. I guess as life goes on, UDM, you go from telling everybody else to, shh, now let's be calm. Let's be relaxed. You do that until the age that you're 80, and guess what happens to you? You die old and alone, dude. If you have a problem with people drinking, smoking, enjoying their life, dashing the way that you don't, still succeeding, or not dashing at all because they don't see it the way that you do, I don't think that puts you in the position to be calm and collected. Maybe you should get excited, brother. Maybe you should pop off and tell us how you really fucking feel. Because thus far, nobody that does gig work on a full-time basis is that calm 24/7, 365. Unless they're trying to sell something, which is their AdSense views. I'm sorry, brother, but have you not been paying attention in class? There's a whole fucking community here. You got one side fighting the other on what's right and wrong, but one thing we all know is this. The ones that are really mostly just only and all day pissed off at us, me and my boys, are the ones that are getting paid to tell us to calm down. Just calm down. Nothing to see here, nothing to get excited. Just calm down. I'm going to tell you right now, brother. If I could slap cyberspace, I would slap your cyberspace. I would knock that fucking hat off your head with my cyber finger and wake you the fuck up with some cold ass water. I'd splash it on your head like a chia pet. You're not fooling me. I don't know about anybody else, but you sure the fuck didn't fool me. I don't want to hear any more about that. Not until you get back to me. You probably never will, because I think you just got the real dose of the shot. You did. You got the shot. So there you go with that one. So as far as Eli goes in his live, I told him I want to be there on Saturday, but I got to work. I got a wife. I got errands to run. Weekends are really fucking bad for me until after 7 p.m. And normally the weekdays are the same way. I usually try to give myself a day off during the weekend. It depends on the bills. It depends on what's going on. Right now the economy sucks. Everything costs too fucking much. I'm dying over here unless I work. And I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If I can bust out 6 to 8 hours and make 100 to 120 bucks a day, that's a lot of money at the end of the week, but I got to put in all that time. I got to put it all in. And yes, I do top dasher, so I ain't got to worry about that schedule. If I wake up at 8:10, I'm on. If I wake up at 8:30, I'm on. 9:10, I'm on. 7:20, I'm on. I ain't got to ask nobody's permission. Can I get off the app? And that's a bitch I even have to do that, but that's what I've chosen to do. It's just my choice. Enough with the tips and tricks. The tips and tricks don't work for anybody. Your advice, UDM, doesn't work for anybody. They might say it does. That's just the luck of the draw. All these different states, counties, all these different fucking cities. What is everybody else complaining about? My market sucks. So what? What are you going to do, UDM, to make their market better? Besides post your fucking numbers about the large order program, which is impossible to get into at this stage of the game, since it's been going on for so many years. The ones that are in it say, I ain't fucking leaving this, and you can't lose it unless your ratings get too low. So save your large order programs, save your fucking top dasher statements or your fucking creative cherry pick or glitch statements for somebody that fucking doesn't know any better. What we're talking about is different. When you're lied to, you feel offended. And we were lied to. We all know these things exist. But the fact that you, UDM, DoorDash San Diego, and fucking Nugs, and fucking Sin Cities and fucking Bentley Coupe, they've been lying. And yes, it's a lie. Even if they didn't use the glitch, it's still a lie. Let me tell you why. Even if they didn't use the glitch, it's still a fucking lie. Because they made it sound like they had the answer. Even if they said every once in a while, yeah, you do you. Well, what does that even mean, you do you? They know their audience has been watching them, and then they drop the ball and say, you do you? Well, now what am I supposed to do? I thought you had the answer. I was following you. You want to talk about riding coattails, your audience was riding yours. And when they rode your coattails and it failed, then you just said, well, go to cherry picking. You know, get a W-2. Get a different app. It's like, motherfucker, I spent over a year watching you tell me what to do. And with that fucking glossed hair, that fucking Jerry curl, you told me what to do. Because you look pretty, and now your supporters look pretty. Well, I got news for you guys. Your pretty fucking smiles ain't going to pay my bills. Your fucking lies, your manipulation, your fraud that we're just now finding out about is not going to pay my bills. But I'll tell you what is going to pay my bills. Me keeping it real with myself. My market ain't got shit to DoorDash sucks. It ain't got shit to do with real Roy. It ain't talk. It ain't got nothing to do with Jeff Thomas Black. It ain't got nothing to do with fucking Thomas Industries. It ain't got nothing to Jeff. Nobody. When I wake up in the fucking morning, I walk out that door, start the fucking car up and leave. Guess what matters? What the fuck I can do on my market. How I do it. What I see with my shit. How my car running. How the gas is. What my gas prices are. What my acceptance rating is. That ain't got shit to do with no motherfucker in the room. That's why the fucking Glitchgate scam that they ran that fucking that get together. The GigCon. I'm like, why a GigCon? If you're not going to talk about the problems and solutions and just have two people up there saying, well, here we are, the two most important people in the room sitting at the front and all the bottom feeders sitting at the back. We got the answers. We're the popular ones. So what are the answers? Shut up about the answers. We're the popular ones. We set this up. You're here to see us. That's the fuck all I saw. I was so disappointed with that, it almost made me sick to my stomach, and I thought, well, you know what's next? I do. We're going to see more of this. These motherfuckers are getting off on the fact that they fucking played a lot of stupid people. I was one of them for the first 6 months. And when I found out what it was, I started making videos. Slowly but surely, that shit caught up. And when it caught up with another audience, with some good old boys, with some seriously talented motherfuckers, some educated motherfuckers, now look what we got. This ain't about black, white, none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I'm Italian. That means I'm 1% black, by the way, so go fuck yourself with the racist shit. And oh, by the way, I'm also in touch with my feminine side. Yes, I am. I am very fucking pretty. I am a sexy motherfucker. Don't make me gay, though. I'm just so pretty that Flex thinks I'm gay. He don't like the fact that I'm prettier than him. I don't blame him either. That shit's gotta be a bitch to fucking swallow. It's like a jagged pill. I guess I'm fucking Flex's jagged pill. I guess I'm a lot of people's jagged pill. And I'll be honest with you, if I wasn't, I wouldn't even be here. I'm not here to just fucking blow smoke up my friends' asses. I'm not here to blow smoke up my haters' asses. I'm here to blow smoke up my ass. I feel good about me. I'm a wonderful motherfucker. I'm pretty. I'm sexy. I'm handsome as fuck. I'm well spoken. And I take care of my bills. I take care of my shit. Sometimes it ain't easy. But I'll be goddamn if anybody's gonna label me as any goddamn thing. I'll tell you what, Flex, you wanna pay my fucking electric bill? Hey, Bentley, come pay my fucking rent. I'll find 10 people to subscribe to you and get you a fucking heart on. Is that what you want? You better pay my fucking rent. Because I can't pay my rent with what Bentley, Nugs, and fucking Pedro says. I already tried it, shit don't work. You can suck his dick all you want, still ain't paying the rent. I guess they're fucking, those fucking Johns just walked out on you. Now just stuck off with the pimp. Well, guess what, brother? This pimp right here, about to throw you out into the garbage. Who's the hoe now? Fuck, I don't know, man. It ain't me. I'll ask yourselves that. But my boys and me got this game rolling so fucking hard, we don't even know what to do with it. Truth is a motherfucker when it hits you in the face, ain't it? Reality's a bitch, and it's no friend of yours, Flex, Pedro, Nugs, Bentley, Sin Cities, UDM. I stand on that. It's just no friend of yours. You've been played out for what you're doing. And we ain't gonna stop. This plane is not gonna fucking land. Lisa Shirley, light another cigarette, drink some beer, smoke a blunt, make a stupid fucking short. This plane is not gonna land. Torp out.